Thank you, Chairman. On page 14 of the Year in Hate report, the SPLC criticizes the Alliance Defending Freedom for its Viewpoint Diversity Score initiative. Specifically, they state that the Viewpoint Diversity Score, quote, mimics white supremacist narratives. Mr. Bangert, my understanding of the Viewpoint Diversity Score is that it seeks to hold companies accountable for respecting all religious and ideological diversity in the workplace. Is that white extremism to you?
Thank you for your question, Congressman. Absolutely not, and that allegation is preposterous. ADF works through its Viewpoint Diversity Score initiative, as well as through all the work that we do to defeat censorship by preserving freedom of speech. And the objection we have to what the SPLC has done with its hate map, especially when it comes to groups, conservative, pro-family groups like Family Research Council, TPUSA, Moms for Liberty, ADF, is that they work to defeat free speech by they work to defeat free speech by eliminating those groups from the public square entirely. And that's the distinction between the hate map and the work that ADF does.
Well, I think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you to maybe elaborate. Is it fair to say you disagree with the SPLC's designation of ADF as a hate group?
We strongly disagree with that completely slanderous definition.
Very good, thank you. Dr. King, do you think conservative groups advocating for viewpoint diversity is racist?
Racism is socially engineered in the first place. And if you think you're a different race when we all bleed the same and we're one blood and one human race, then you are socially engineering racism. What I'm trying to understand is SPLC is funding the far right and the far left with informants that they send in to report back. So the informants, to not blow their cover, are doing heinous things on the far right and the far left. I don't think the donors understand that SPLC is using money to stir up racism, to have people fight against each other based on skin color on the far right and the far left, some adjacent funding coming in there. So they're manufacturing this racism, causing people to be hatred and fear. You know, some informants, I have been on the domestic terrorist list. Some informant must have told them I said something hateful. I'm not a racist. So how did I end up on a domestic terrorist list? So how did the guard get shot at FRC? How did that happen? So I don't think that, the question is donors are being frauded. And money is being spent on the far right and the far left by SPLC with the informants, I think, with some adjacent funding. So the donors think they're trying to clear up the mess. It's confusing to me. So maybe I didn't answer your question. You want to ask me again? I don't quite get it.
No, well, let me just ask you this. Do you think the SPLC's hate map, as we've seen many times, is antithetical to the peaceful advancement?
It is. It makes people afraid. It makes people, I've been on it. I've been on a domestic terrorist list. When I'm for peace and love, one blood, one human race, stop fighting, stop chopping off penises and killing babies. Hey, some of the money, go investigate it yourself, is being used to in the name of LGBTQ, cutting baby parts off. That is happening with the money of donors, and the donors are shocked.
Right. Thank you very much. Mr. Fair, in SPLC's motion to dismiss the DOJ lawsuit, you briefly discussed the organization's hate map designations. On page 6 of the lawsuit, the SPLC states, these are not mainstream groups or they're espousing traditional conservative political views. Rather, as defined in the Year of the Hate report, these are groups that, through their rhetoric and activities, traffic in extreme and sometimes violent ideologies. And if you have the hate report in front of you, it's mentioned in the motion that there are many different, let me just ask you the question. So do you think that the hate map was designed to identify specific organizations or to just create this ideology that there's hate everywhere across the United States of America?
The hate map was created to expose the statements and activities of groups across the country that vilify and demonize others on the basis of immutable characteristics.
I yield back.